Master, I can't believe it is 20 years ago that you left the body. I can't believe because I don't put you in time, even though the time spent at your side was the peak of luck in this history of evolution. You are the master, the friend, and also for me, the father of my daughter, the nana of my grandchildren. All our life is full of you, and today your name, Papaji, awakens thousands of seekers after truth. On this Mahasamadhi, let me express on my behalf and on the behalf of all your wonderful, blessed Sangha, that your words dissolve all our cycle of birth and death, and that our gratitude makes us bow at your feet in each split seconds, your own self. Let there be peace and love. Welcome to Satsang. Yeah? You can go and play. The most striking expression one could ever heard comes from the Master. He says endlessly, your real nature is unborn. You can take it at once. There is no hindrance about it. If one cannot take it at once, at least he will be haunted by those words. He will start to search to realize what it means. What a blessing. And it has been wherever the wisdom was uttered. You see, in the Zen lineage, they say, what's your face before birth? Papaji said, you are never born. Let's take it at once, because after all, the delay is in the mind, and it is come anyway to this point, to this split second where those words are a fact. So the only delay is the suggestions of the mind. How long will we trust the mind? The mind is for the world. It is not for self-investigation. It's not to realize the self, that you already and ever are. Let me read you today a few words that Papaji pronounced in this. You can travel with this book. It's full of emptiness. Simply keep quiet. Let things happen in front of you and enjoy this universe which is offered to you. If you are quiet, there is peace in your mind, and you will find peace with everybody. If your mind is agitated, you will find agitation everywhere. Just keep quiet. Do not stir a thought, and you are free. Don't entertain any notions. If you do not entertain just one notion in particular, you are free. This notion is I am the body. This is the notion that really troubles you, and you go along and reconfirm it every minute of every day with all your relations with other bodies and objects. When this notion is no longer, there you will be free. Nothing will change. A mountain will be a mountain, and a river will be a river. But your viewpoint will change. So, pick up the notion I am free, and both notions will leave you. You are neither bound nor free. You just are what you are. Know this, and all the notions will leave you. You are not the body, or the mind, or the intellect, or the world. You are something else. Find out. What is this thing? Just keep quiet and see. Then it will unfold itself. It will reveal itself. First, keep quiet. But there is no cup. Ah. Is it chai? Mukti, where is Mukti? Chai. She loves chai. You can drink from here, someone else. Ah. I love to celebrate Guru Purnima because it's also nice to express the gratitude to have met the Master. And for me, the Mahasamadhi was an event as important than to have met the Master, because I knew that I could not trust some other guide. So it created a real urgency to follow what he always told me in my deafness. And it did. So it comes to this, which is repeated also again and again by Master. The fire for freedom is the only quality you require to have, because it creates, what does it do? It creates an urgency so that you are that just now, whatever your mind tells you, it creates that urgency to realize that now. Otherwise, to whom you will ask? But of course, I wish that the urgency can be created in different ways, of course. It's just to tell that we are really enslaved to the mind, because it is the mind which makes a journey. We still believe the mind. And the mind is in time, and it creates a journey with an utopic end. One day I will realize that one day never happens. It's now. And now is always available, you see? The moment you don't go into the limits of your mind, what is there? And you heard enough that it doesn't look like something that it is the most valuable moment of an incarnation. So as Papaji said, you have just to keep quiet. You are it, you have not to recognize it. You are it. You have to not to know what it is. You are it. Yes? Mm. You see, you just have to recognize what is the mind. For example, what you asked is a preoccupation of whom? Of what?
Is it the same noise?
It's the mind. It's called mind, to make it simple. You see? And to say to keep quiet, it's not to keep quiet with the mind. It will not work. It will work temporarily. So it doesn't work. So to keep quiet is not to tame the mind or to control it in a state of silence or quietness. It is just not to listen to the mind, not to go into the movement of the mind. And that is done in a blink of an eye, you see. We always feel we are into a flow, the flow of thoughts. of experiences, of concepts, of ideas, of ideals, of utopias, illusions. We never stop because we think what is offered by the mind is real. We don't see it as mind of an unreal nature. And deeper than that, the mind will, in its totality, will really be seen when you include the person. This I was a question about realization. So if you include in the mind the question, don't you keep quiet? And this thing of permanency, I want to all the time be there. This is a preoccupation of a person, because he's in time. So he's unsatisfied because everything is ephemeral. So he invents, he has this concept of permanency. It doesn't apply to the truth. The truth is always there. And it is always when you are not busy with the mind. So as Papaji said, the concept of bondage, of freedom, they are disappearing. It's the same here, the preoccupation of temporary thing or eternal thing. They are both swept away because they are part of the mind, concepts of the mind. So, is there any preoccupation left? That's why Papaji repeated again and again, keep quiet, you see too, so that you remember the value of it. Not to be squeezed like an experience of quietness and then experience of agitation or pleasures. It cannot be squeezed, it's not of the same value. Because of your real nature, you see. Everything else is happening. So keep quiet.
I used to love a sentence, the sacredness of the present moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I want to check with you, is this too much in a way in your language?
No, it shows to me, if I hear, it shows that you know how much it's precious. What is precious, of course, is not worldly, it's not objective. So the word sacredness is applied here. Of the present moment. It's beautiful.
Because for me it makes something dissolve before me.
Yeah, it stops all the movements which are going somewhere else. If it is your reminder, why not? And then you forget it. It brings you where you always are, but for that, to make this a fact and not only the sentence, you have to also give it up. Yeah, in fact, this keeping quiet, it is not installing oneself or landing oneself to a state. It is giving up. The moment you give up, you are quiet with yourself. But it's very, if anyone has a journey, it's very important, more than to experience states. It's quicker to know what's the mind. What is in me which arises? What is this experience I'm living? What is the expectation I'm waiting for? If you spot it's the mind, you stop the bondage you have with the mind. And at once, what's left? It's that. Very direct way. If you want to ask anything, ask.
Ganga. So it's always here, and I'm looking for it. That makes it exactly not revealing itself.
It makes exactly not being here,
Yeah.
looking like. So if you correct your language, in the end you will immediately laugh and stop. If you would say, but it hides it, you see, it looks like, the mind will, it is the nature of the mind to be in movement, so it will always look like something else. But then you speak of the mind. You are always yourself in your real nature. So we have this habit to always describe this person and events which happens to him, or to her, or to it. It may continue, but at least know, I'm still narcissistic with this person. I'm still with the mind. Why should I give so much interest? The mind will not solve this search. It's when this mind has no more my attention that the search will dissolve. What was the question?
Just like that it's always here, and then the mind tries to see it, find it.
Yeah, the mind, he wants to figure it out because he's proud. He wants to own it. He wants to be the one hero of spirituality. I have realized. It is instinctive.
It's like a mechanism that always goes there again and again.
Yeah, but show him that you have seen his game and decide not to be fooled. And so again and again, show him that you are not going there. I'm not going there anymore. It doesn't mean the mind will disappear. He will still. He has to appear, otherwise you die. No, the manifestation has to appear. But you don't need to believe it will solve this search. It can't. Is it difficult to hear that? The mind cannot help anybody without exception to realize the self. So it's not by playing with the mind or by being curious of his answers. And it's the same with experiences. Body, mind, same. Same unreal nature. So if one knows that, next step is, then I don't go there. Is the desire to be liberated, which will make it, no? Then I keep quiet. Then I abide in myself. Ever. I know that the rest are feelings, impressions, I am going away or lost. That is the game of this manifestation. And this you don't need to stop, you can't anyway. Just don't confuse the manifestation for who you are. In fact, it looks easy. Of course, you see the force of habits. May still be powerful, but then what? Demystified. Spotted. No. Not there. And if you go there, know that you go there. Nothing is troubling then. Just be vigilant, not to take too much risk with this mind that we have been used to love so much.
On the point everything is denied, the self will show.
Tell me now without if.
Did I say if?
Oh, it looks like it will be like this. It
So-
is like this.
Yeah.
It is like this.
Everything is denied, the self will show.
But why will?
The self shows.
It will never be in time. It will never be realized in time. It will show, no. It shows up, it reveals itself. The split second, said my master. You don't go in your mind. Of course, this can be heard. This may take time to be heard because we are attached to a few concepts. Some concepts or some experiences are very dear to I. So that may be a delay. It doesn't matter, again and again, be reminded, come to satsang to hear it. Read Papaji, see his satsang on videos. Yes,
Sometimes I get so frustrated. I need a punching ball or something.
yeah, I know where you can buy. Frustrated of why?
Because of the mind wants to understand.
Understand.
Yeah, and I
But
check it with my all
Yeah.
the language and all these things.
But listen, understand at some point, if you have been assisting satsang and all, you understand. You understand it's not through the mind. Is there any doubt about it? You understand it's what you will know what it is not. And so, once you have this knowledge, you cannot go so much further with the mind, where are you left? Yourself, with your own self. You understand that you cannot describe it because the mind is no more there to describe. You have knowledge. So what's missing?
Well, it comes this moment of giving up. And then it also gets quiet. But then again.
But why don't you see it is the mind? Because this but again will always come. It will always come, even to the free one. The mind, otherwise, it will be a being without mind. I think it doesn't exist. Or it dies. So, in this way, you have to be vigilant to spot that's the mind. It's too precious. I don't go there. And when you go there, because anyway the life continues and you have to pay attention to circumstances just for this body-mind, know that, okay, I do it. It's called the lila, the game, the play of the self. But then you like to go back home also. And if you are not yet so attractive, just know the price of it and just quit everything for a second. So that should be your life. Huh? It's a life affair.
In the last few weeks, a lot of anger, pride, and attachment came up.
Yeah.
I mean, really more than usual.
Yes. Dangerous guy.
But now it is known that there is nothing to do with them.
No, don't do anything with that. You just get away from the guy, but you don't do anything with that.
I just felt to speak it out in
Yeah.
your presence.
I'm very happy you say so, because then you don't start to try to save the person, even if it looks bad. Good, very good. You must love yourself more then.
And also a lot of thoughts have been coming up and say that you are very lazy, you always must do something to...
Judgment, don't go there.
In order to reach the goal.
But have you some knowledge or not? Is it true what you say?
No, that's what
good.
I wanted to say.
Yeah, but don't listen. It's fake. It's of course my mind. You say fake things because you don't know what subject you speak about. I'm myself. You will never go there.
That's what I would like to express. I'm very grateful because at the same time it also appears that these questions are only for the seeker.
Yes.
But at this point, mind comes and says that good job, soldier. But
Good job.
soldier, well done. But now you know, so you can come back anytime.
This is a twist which is not
Yes.
very logical. No. This will not come to
Yes,
a
it is
normal
not
mind. mind will be endless with suggestions. So you be careful, because you think that, okay, 99% of its suggestions, I'm not curious about it. But this one comes, that's new, must be interesting. No, there is no compromise. It's one bag. There is nothing in that bag.
May I kindly ask you to give me a name?
Oh yes, I will. I have a good name for you already. It is hanging out here. Kashyapa. You are Kashyapa. He was the beloved of Buddha.
Ganga, so much gratitude to you.
I put all at his feet.
Ganga,
Yeah.
you know I'm in the moving process, and I see there is the call, or there is really the call to be here on your feet and or to be here and attending on the satsang, and then I'm aware that feelings wants to come up and so, and but then I just think, no, shut up, I don't want to listen to the mind and so, and because this is
Your
this
priority.
yes, and but I don't want to listen. I'm tired about listening because there.
Yeah.
And I don't want to feel if it's right or if it's no, because this is all mind.
Yes, wonderful. I can appreciate.
Yeah. No, really, I'm tired and say no.
Of course you are tired. Everybody came because he was tired. Tired of feelings, of experiences, of ideas. And tired. I'm exhausted myself.
Yes, it's really like
So
this.
welcome to the club.
Okay, thank you.
What is your name? I forgot.
You didn't give me one.
Yeah, that's right. I have one, that's right. I have one.
Yes.
But otherwise, like this I will remember.
Ah, okay. Oh yeah, I would really love, because really 2 minutes ago, because he got the name, and then I had the question, do you want also the name? And then yes, and then I heard, okay, it's
You know that I did.
it will not take a long time.
That's what I heard. So Gopal. Gopal. Yes.
Okay. Sounds like a little dog jumping dog.
But one thing, it's a very playful Krishna when he was young.
Ah, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
He's a real Gopal. Allez. Oh, but Papaji, you have a lot of work today. But then there is a trouble now. What about the wife? So if you are Gopal, she must be Mira. You know who is Mira? No. She was in the history, but the Miras are not put in the history. The lover of Krishna.
Wow.
Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la 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 la. Voilà, passe non. Hein. Yes.
I also like very much to express my gratitude because as I can hear,
Yeah.
lots of things happen, and
Yeah.
of course I could realize what is mine.
Yeah.
It was and it is important, and some experience it just lead me to perceive the unreal. Yeah, and it was with you, the unreal, and this unreal that can manifest as physically
Yeah.
and also as other things, because of people that approach me, and so I have these questions, and suddenly I realize or I experience and make a distinction between the unreal and what is real that I cannot have, and it's gratitude. Last satsang, I also want to cry a lot, and this happens when we explain the manifestation and the creation to the children. For me, it was a lot
yes.
of impact.
Yes.
And I would like to express this to you, and I cannot express my gratitude to you.
It's
And if you want to give me a name, that was. I never make this because my name is Sonia, and Sonia is also purity of the heart.
honey.
Sonia
Sonia.
is also good. So this time, because I cannot express gratitude.
Yes, I
for you
understand.
because of this.
Yes. Today we are into this, so you are bhakti. Bhakti is devotion. And what is devotion? Is so endless gratitude to the Guru. So,
To you,
oh my God.
Tataji, but it's also to you. Yeah.
Wow. Sim. Ah, oof, you have a name. Yes.
I just like to share that it is an opening to Papaji.
Yes. I'm very, very happy for you.